1,247 people. That's how many NRIs answered one question to a survey that ran across 14 countries in last year. The question was, do you regret moving back to India? Guess the number. Only 11% said yes. Now sit with that for a second. 9 out of 10 people who made that leap of faith, who gave up literally their predictable life, their passport stability, their salaries, they would like to do it again. But that 11% who failed, they are not random. They didn't fail because India just didn't work out from them. They made a handful of specific predictable decisions that the other 89% didn't. So in this video, we are going to break down exactly what separates between the people who thrive versus the people who regret, using some real data and not some vibes. We'll cover why the first year almost always feels brutal regardless of who you are. The one financial mistake nearly half of the returnees made, why the speed of your move matters more than the money behind it, and the actual planning timeline that the most satisfied returnees follow. Hi, I'm Vinraj and welcome to the Abroad Lab. Here's the biggest mistake almost every NRI makes before moving back. They treat will I regret this like a coin flip, something you find out after the fact, something fate decides. The data says otherwise here. Regret wasn't random in this survey, it clustered around a few specific avoidable choices, which means the opposite is also true. Satisfaction is something you can engineer, and let's just get into that how you can engineer. Chapter 1, the first year cliff. Alright, first you need to know this is going to happen, okay? The first year is going to feel harder than you expect, even if you do everything right. In the same survey, returnees rated their overall transition on a scale of 1 to 10. The average score was 5.8. Only 12% rated their experience above 8. That sounds discouraging, but hold on. Until you look at the second number. 73% said the transition got significantly easier after the very first year. This isn't a sign that something's wrong with you, it's just a structural feature of the move. See, new systems, new logistics, new rhythm for everyday life, all hitting at once. The people who struggle most aren't the ones who find the first year hard. They're the ones who expected it to feel easy and just got panicked when it didn't. So if you are planning your return, budget for a rough first 9 to 12 months emotionally, the same way you would budget for your moving cost financially. Don't make big, irreversible decisions in month or two based on how those 2 months feels. Chapter 2, the bureaucracy tax. This one hits the heart. When returnees were asked what made the transition the hardest, bureaucracy topped the list. Ahead of money, ahead of homesickness, ahead of the career setbacks. This is the unglamorized part. Nobody, and I mean nobody, puts you in the highlight reel. Reactivating the bank KYC, transferring a vehicle, getting a new health insurance policy underwritten, sorting out your tax residency status for the year you moved. None of these are individually hard, but stacked together in your first 3 months, they eat your time and honestly your patience. The fix isn't complicated, it's just unsexy. Build a single document folder before you land. PAN, passport, old Aadhaar, marriage certificate if relevant, last few years of your foreign tax filings, proof of address abroad. People who arrive with this folder ready report finishing this admin phase in about weeks and not months. People who arrive and start hunting for documents from abroad after the fact reported dragging on for months and months. Chapter 3, the property trap. Now here's the financial mistake that shows up again and again in the data. 47% of returnees bought real estate, and a large share of them told the survey that they regretted how quickly they did it. The pattern is consistent, guys. People land, feel unsettled, and buying a home feels like the one decision that will make things feel permanent and settled again. so they rush it. The advice that came up over and over from the people who already been through it, it was rent it for at least a year before you buy. Okay, not because renting is financially optimal or it's about information. You don't know which neighborhood actually fits your commute, actually fits your kid's school, your parents' proximity, or your day-to-day life until you live in the city and not just some research that you do using ChatGPT or Google. If the pull to buy immediately is strong, that's worth noticing. It's often the unsettled feeling talking, not the math. Chapter 4. Two parts, the planner versus the forced mover. See, this is where the data actually gets interesting because it splits returnees into two very different groups. Okay, path 1 is the one where the planners, 34% of respondents spent 1 or 2 years in what the survey called the active planning window, researching cities, scoping schools, sorting out finances before they actually move. And this group reported the smoothest transitions by a noticeable margin. Path 2, the forced movers. Only 8% moved in under 6 months, and most of them didn't choose that timeline. Visa issues, sudden layoffs, family emergencies. Many of this group told the survey that they wished they would have more runway to prepare it. They basically kind of rushed it. So if you have the luxury of time right now, even if you're not moving for 2 years, start the planning today. If you don't have that luxury, if your move is being forced by circumstances, then the priority shifts. I know, I understand. But get the document folder from section 2 that we discussed. Delay any property decisions entirely and lean harder on families, community supports in your first few months because you're skipping the buffer the planners basically got. See, I understand. Neither path is wrong, but knowing which one you are on changes what you should prioritize this week, basically. Chapter 5. The money question. See, most people assume that regrets comes down to salary. You will likely take a pay cut in your absolute terms moving from a US, UK or Gulf salary to an Indian salary, and that part is real. I mean, I get it. And there's no reframing that changes the math. But here's what is notable in the data. Salary drop wasn't the dominant driver of the 11% who regretted that move. The number that mattered more was whether people had planned their cost of living shift, not just their income shift. The returnees who mapped out before moving what's their actual monthly spend would look like in their chosen city versus what they assumed it would be reported far less financial anxiety than the ones who simply hoped a lower salary would work out. In simple words, it's not how much you earn, it's whether the gap between your expectation and your spreadsheet was small or large on day one. So if you put all of this together, the most satisfied returnees in the data followed something close to this sequence. And this is the blueprint. Phase 1. Your decision, not daydream. Stop asking, will I regret it in the abstract? Start asking the specific questions. Which city? What's the realistic cost of living? What does my support system there actually look like? Phase 2. Active planning, 1 to 2 years out if possible, if you have the time and convenience. Build your document folder, research neighborhoods, map your real budget, not your hopeful one, basically. Phase 3. The first year is your survival mode. Expect a 5 to 6 out of 10 feeling, not a 9, even if you plan everything. Rent before you buy. Don't make irreversible decisions while you're still unsettled. Phase 4. Year 2 onward will basically compound. This is where the data gets genuinely encouraging because 84% of people who would be back there 3 or 4 years said that they would do it again. Whatever was hard is the year 1. It fades if you didn't lock in a bad decision, basically. So here's the real takeaway from all 1,247 responses. Regret was never really about India. It was about whether people treated the move like fate or like a project. The ones who treated it like fate, who skipped the planning, rushed to the property purchase, expected an easy year the day one, were basically overrepresented in that 11%. The ones who treated it like a project with a folder, a timeline, a realistic expectations, mostly don't regret it. Not eventually, not even in year one. So if you're sitting with that same question, will I regret it? That's not a question only time can answer. It's mostly a question your planning can answer. So start now. And if this helped, subscribe to the Abroad Lab and send this to one person in your group chat who keeps asking, should I move back to India? This one's for them. I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you. If you are confused and if you would like to book your one-on-one session with us, the link would be in the description. So check it out.